It's probably fair to say I am a bit of a fan of VR, and now I have the Lenovo Mirage Solo with Google Daydream. Here are 5 reasons why you are going to want one. So this is a standalone VR set, which means no wires, no cables. And if you've used any of the other VR systems that do have wires, like the PlayStation VR, you'll know what a big deal that is. Those things always seem to get in the way, and of course you're tethered to where your VR system is set up. Now you are free to roam and VR wherever you like. Well, within reason. Because this doesn't have wires, it means it has a battery to power it. The battery life is claimed to be 2.5 hours. I've seen upwards of 3 hours with this system, which is plenty of time for a VR session. World Sense means you get 6 degrees of freedom. What does that mean? Well, the Oculus Go has 3 degrees of freedom. That means you have rotational movements for pitch, yaw, and roll. So you can look around, look up and down, but it's not going to register peering over or ducking down or jumping and so forth. You can't move in space. World Sense with the Lenovo Mirage Solo means you do get those extra degrees of freedom. So let me give you an example of how that works. Here's a roller coaster game, an Oculus Go, and you can see I can look around the car, I can turn my head, but if I lean forwards or backwards, that movement isn't rendered in VR. Now that same game with World Sense on the Mirage Solo here, you can see now when I lean forwards, I actually get to see a different perspective as though I was really in the car, so it's a lot more immersive. Other good uses of World Sense are actual movement, so you can see here as I'm coming down the mountain, I can jump, I can duck, I can lean left or right, and those movements are translated into my game. Now what World Sense doesn't let you do is run around the room in VR. So you're kind of geo-fenced in. If you take more than a couple of paces in any direction, the system will tell you to move back to where you came from. And that's because there's no collision detection on this thing, so it's designed to stop you, walking into a wall or something. So that's a bit of a disappointment that you don't have the full room scale VR. Well, except so this being a Google Daydream device, it means it comes with a developer mode. And you can turn that developer mode on if you know the secret handshake, which by the way is to click on build version 7 times. From there you can disable that geofence. Now as this is a developer only option, most of the games and applications don't really support it. So you're going to walk through objects, you're going to see some pretty strange, funky rendered graphics as you go. And you are flying completely blind. There are no sensors on this thing to detect if an obstacle is in your way in the real world. So good luck with that. Yeah, Netflix in VR, watching your favorite shows on a giant screen, fantastic. My favorite is to put it in void mode, watch it in bed. And because Daydream is a Google operating system, you have access to all of those cool Google apps. So there's Google Street View for wandering around the world, there's Google Photos to look at your picture and video collection, and then there's YouTube, which is a great source of 180 degree and 360 degree videos. So that's the Lenovo Mirage Solo. It's $400, and for that it really packs in a lot of stuff. I'm enjoying it so far.